Is a time to look ahead, and in 2019 the UK will start a new chapter. The Brexit deal I have negotiated delivers on the vote of the British people. It gives us control over our borders, our money and our laws. It is good for jobs, protects our security and works for our whole United Kingdom. In the next few weeks, MPs will have an important decision to make. If Parliament backs the deal, Britain can turn a corner. The referendum in 2016 was divisive, but we all want the best for our country. 2019 can be the year we put our differences aside and move forward together into a strong new relationship with our European neighbours and out into the world as a globally trading nation. But important though Brexit is, it is not the only issue that counts. When each of us looks back on 2019, it will be the personal milestones that stand out. Starting a new school, college or apprenticeship, getting a job, starting a business, earning a pay rise, buying a house, getting married or starting a family. These are the things that matter most. And by agreeing a good Brexit deal, we can focus our energies on those things, strengthening our economy and opening up new markets for our businesses to create new jobs and opportunities across the UK. Building the houses our country needs so everyone can have a home of their own, and transforming technical education so everyone gains the skills they need to get on. Our long-term plan for the NHS will put a record investment into our most precious public service so it is there for us when we need it. We will introduce a new skills-based immigration system to replace freedom of movement. And by protecting and enhancing our natural environment, we will make Britain a healthier place. This year, the UK has achieved a lot. The employment rate is at a record high. Our debt is starting its first sustained fall in a generation. And the number of people in absolute poverty is at a record low. But a new year means new potential to do even more, to ensure that everyone in every community can feel the benefit. Together, I believe we can start a new chapter with optimism and hope. We have all we need to thrive. And if we come together in 2019, I know we can make a success of what lies ahead and build a country that truly works for
Germany lectures UK to single quote be responsible and back Theresa May's Brexit deal. Germany has told UK MPs to be responsible and back Theresa May's EU withdrawal deal, adding a no-deal Brexit might hit German jobs. The foreign ministers of Ireland and Germany, Coveney and Heiko Maas, spoke yesterday in Dublin about the possibility of extending Article 50. There have been reports UK officials have been exploring the possibility of extending the Brexit deadline past March 29. However, Mr. Maas said it was not the time to consider this as MPs could still back Mrs. May's deal. The German foreign minister urged Parliament to back the agreement, as a no-deal Brexit would be a blow to Germany and was something that we intend to prevent at any possible cost. He added, "There is too much at stake to take this lightly. We urge our British friends to act responsibly and unite behind the agreement that we have spent so much time and effort negotiating." Meanwhile, his Irish counterpart, Mr. Coveney, said Ireland would not block a justified request to extend the deadline. He said, "From an Irish perspective, if such an ask happens and is justified, we won't be standing in the way of that, but that is really a matter for the British government to make decisions on." Brexit Secretary Steve Barclay has himself failed to rule out the possibility of extending Article 50, although he did say the government's intention is to continue as planned. He said, "I've had no discussions with the European Union in terms of extension. I can be very clear the government's policy is to leave on March 29. Former Brexit Secretary David Davis, however, said an extension of a month or so may be necessary to push renegotiations. He said, "The very fact they're talking about it suggests that the government's assertion that this is the only deal on the table is not entirely accurate, because what is actually going on is the Europeans are thinking that the next stage is another round of negotiations." He added conversations between officials were a bad idea, because the UK needs to keep a firm stance with Brussels. Brexit Minister Martin Callanan said the deadline would stick and the meaningful vote held as planned next week at a meeting in Brussels yesterday. He said, "We are all focused on government on winning parliamentary support in the vote which is coming up next week. We are very clear the policy of the government is that Article 50 will not be extended."